we're live, I hope. Check one. Sounds good to me. Oh, see if the bitrate and the internet connection hold. Or knows the sinister ISP may swoop in at any time to throttle my connection. Oh, what have we got here? Yeah, we do have some commodity. Probably get ourselves started by selling those off. A little bit of detritus here and there that we picked up off our fallen enemies. Ooh, silver actually sells decent on Manhattan. And I actually have to hold on to that. Usually just kind of offload things wherever. We're talking about orders of magnitude difference in profit. You know. Speaking of profit, I think Unko left me on my own recognizance. All of the gate passes. So I am at a point in the game where I just need to make more credits before I unlock the next free mission. Oh, Lava Blade 3s. Should I or shouldn't I? Kind of prefer faster projectile weapons. If I'm gonna go with Lava Blade to begin with, why not go with 3s? Of course, I also could just save for another ship. Maybe I'll do this. You know, now that I think of it, what station am I on? Hey, I'm on the Missouri. Right. They do sell defenders. That's a Liberty government vessel. Decent. Well, I say decent. It's a low-end heavy fighter. Liberty being the starting area has some crappier ships. Just being honest.
Freelancer Open 1-1. This is Battleship Missouri. You are cleared for launch. Good journey.
There's nothing here I want. This is Navy Delta 2. We're en route from Battleship Missouri. We're going to Norfolk Shipyard. We have 11 more waypoints to go.
Okay, so those two bases are like right next to each other, but she has 11 waypoints to go, which means that is a patrol. They are going to be flying around the system before they get back here.
Man, that last deal nearly killed me.
Now let's see. Since we are on our own recognizance, let's see if we can find my old friends, the Junkers.
Liberty Light Fighter Patrol. This is Norfolk Shipyard. Here's the racing station. Please identify yourself.
They should have a base. So I should actually take trade lanes. don't want to go to Texas. West Point be? Let's go to Fort Bush.
Look alive. We don't want to get caught off guard.
Also, hello, Interceptor, if you can hear me. Don't feel obligated to respond. I know you're busy. Yeah.
I'm from Baltimore Shipyard. I'm headed to Fort Bush. I've finished my patrol.
Go to.
Incoming heavy transport convoy. This is Fort Bush. You are in range of our station. Submit your designation.
Is it a light work morning?
Received your transmission data. Fine.
Rogues. Just as soon not tangle with them. I'd like to say that it's been slow at my workplace too, but in spite of the slower shopping, my bosses just find a way to keep us going. Part of that is just being cripplingly short-staffed. I think we've got one guy who works the frozen food department. So we were running the frozen truck Monday night last time I was there, which is something that we wouldn't normally do. Typically, frozen handles their own stuff, dairy handles their own stuff, and meat handles their own stuff. But so few people there. The big boss man has been picking us to help pick up the slack. Which is fine. I mean, it's back stock nights that I work, so obviously wouldn't get squat done on truck nights when we got fresh shipments coming in. Aha! Rochester. Not Rochester, Minnesota. Rochester, New York, just for reference, because we are in the New York system.
Dock.
Acknowledged. Your request to dock is granted. Please proceed to dock 1.
It's an important distinction.
Rogue Silver 14.
Ah, crap,
This is
rogues.
Rochester.
Dock.
All right.
The problem with going to junker bases early on in the game is that your faction reputation is all heavily lawful, and junkers being quasi-legal tend to associate with a lot of criminal factions. So while the junkers themselves might be neutral with you, some of the people visiting the junker base aren't going to be neutral with you. It's really best not to get into fights around the junkers. Hey, my man, what's happening? Let's see, no better on silver than else, but you'll see here our top products that they are selling: alien artifacts. As King, I believe, told us in the previous mission, where we were flying down that Sean guy who was smuggling artifacts, these aren't strictly illegal yet, but apparently, like, President and whatever congressional group we have here are looking at making them explicitly illegal. It seems that most of these artifacts are quote-unquote inert, but there's been some shipments coming in from the border worlds lately that seem somehow like active with energy, and that's really concerning to government types. So they're looking on cracking down on all artifacts moving in and out of the system. The next thing that we have on the list is cardamine. I'll just read the description for you. Cardamine is a drug that produces an intense sense of euphoria and energy in the user. It is both physically and psychologically addictive, but because users do not gain a tolerance, many simply dose themselves with cardamine continuously to avoid the inevitable crash. Due to the genetic alterations caused by long-term cardamine use, all of the major colonies have declared it contraband. So it's super drugs. It's like mega cocaine. Or ultra heroin. Or giga LSD. Whatever your illegal narcotic of choice may be. Except weed. It's definitely not weed, because they have that as well. That might actually be farther down the list. Oh, light arms. Guns are quasi-legal. Certain corporations have permits. Is it... God, Detroit Munitions, is that run by Ajira Technology? I think it might be Ajira Technology has the permit to run arms, at least in Liberty space, because they are a Liberty corporation. Let's see. This is legal. Minerals and whatnot. Pharmaceuticals of the legal variety. That's fine. Water, scrap metal. Okay. Now that I think of it, I can't remember if synthetic marijuana is in the base game or if that was only in the Discovery mod. I thought it was in the base game, but maybe it's not. I could be conflating those memories. Now let's see what they've got for ship equipment. The barrager. Missile launchers, drone launchers, countermeasure dropper. Ship can't even run a barrager Mark II. Because I'm flying a poor weenie. Turrets. Oh, as to be expected in the first system, nothing world-changing there. Do sell ships, however. Of all the things they sell, the Bloodhound. Bloodhound, as you can see, is a pirate light fighter, as opposed to what I am in, which is a civilian. Well, God, they don't even call it a fighter. It's a civilian star flyer. The thing's practically a shuttle. The Bloodhound is the ship of choice for the Liberty Rogues. It is the wussiest of rogue vessels. I think there might be one, maybe two other factions that prominently use the Bloodhound. I want to say the Lane Hackers probably also use this. It is a garbage ship as far as I'm concerned. Tito! How you doing, brother? Sorry, I was getting a little absorbed in my Freelancer lore there. You, gold bricking at work again over there? Sorry if I blew out anyone's eardrums there. Alright. As you can see by the empty speech bubbles when I hover over these guys, the Junkers don't particularly like me right now, so they're not going to have a whole lot to say to me. But the bartender is going to have a bribe for me. But, so Valentine's Day you're allowed to gold brick at work? That it?
Top of the day. You want a drink? Maybe something to take the edge off?
Another time. Right now, I'd like to know what's going on here.
You're new here, aren't you?
Sure.
You know, your rep could use a little fixing. For a small fee.
All right, let's talk.
Now, the thing about junker bribes is that, again, they are quasi-legal, so I'm going to have bribes available for both legal and outlaw faction. So right now he's offering for ALG waste disposal, which are galactic garbage men. And not really worth getting buddy-buddy with in general. I mean, like, everybody needs their garbage man, sure, but this is a fantasy garbage man, so he's really just kind of pointless. I'm going to decline that. I couldn't afford that bribe anyway.
I think I'm staying away from this one.
We'll meet again, Trent.
Yeah, and I'm not friendly enough with the Junkers to get jobs from them at the moment. Unfortunately, that would be a good way to boost my rep with them, and probably also get my rep slightly less hostile with the rogues. But you can see, this rectangle where the Junkers are at, this is the final rectangle of neutrality, I think. If they get to this next one, they're going to be hostile with me. Which I would like to avoid. But that's probably going to... Like, the safest way to improve your outlaw faction rep is to blow up Xenos. You can see under allies, Junkers have no allies. Enemies... Gosha, Xenos, and House corporations. Obviously, blowing up House corporation ships is going to piss off the houses. So you're going to not only have that corporation mad at you, but you're going to have its associated government mad at you. The Hagosha are kind of the Japanese space's equivalent of the Junkers, only they're more politically... It's some weird pseudo-samurai thing. They're dirtbags. And they don't junk either, so it's not a perfect one-to-one comparison. But the Junkers and the Hagosha butt heads because they try to do a lot of the same illicit activities, and so they fight over territory. Junkers are not welcome in Japanese space. Similarly, Hagosha are not welcome in any system that the Junkers are prominent in. Really, the Hagosha aren't welcome anywhere outside of Japanese space. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, Xenos. Nobody likes the Xenos. They are an outlaw faction within Liberty, and as their name would suggest, they're just xenophobes. They're just a group of racists. They are K times 3. So blowing them up basically makes everyone happy. It's a real easy way to just boost rep across the board. Oh,
Rochester.
crap.
You are cleared for launch.
There
Good
must
luck
be
out
some
there.
rogues nearby. Please stop shooting at me. Oh, there's so many of them. And one Xeno. The Xeno's not even within combat range. Please stop shooting at me. Cruise. Unfortunately, people in this system don't really use cruise disruptors. It's a fairly safe way to get away from things. Let's head for Manhattan and offload this silver that I've got. This thing doesn't have much of a cargo hold on it, so trying to do trade runs, something of a dicey proposition for money making. Like, I could mine junk out of this field and actually just occupationally be a junker. But, that would be slow. I think probably what I'm going to do here is go up to the Colorado system and get into the Silverton asteroid fields, because those are inhabited by Xenos and silver. And both of those things will be more profitable towards my long-term goals. Probably the fastest way to make money for me right now would just to be doing jobs for house corporations and government military factions, but I wanna get in good with my junker buddies. It's what I do. Junkers for life. See, there's some rogues trying to pirate a construction ship right now, it looks like. Right outside Manhattan. That's a bold move. Here comes a wing of police to stop them.
Dog.
So how's everybody surviving the cold? Weather around here has been nuts. It's just like, oh, it's 40 degrees one day and 2 degrees the next, and the low is negative 14, and the wind chill is negative 25. I appreciate it warming up, but at the same time, like, just some consistency would be nice. Oh, pathetic that 2 units of silver is actually a significant credit boost for me. Feels bad, man. These planetary trade zones are always a little more interesting. You get these side characters here that aren't vendors. They're just like the dudes that you meet in the bar. Like this Crier guy has a bribe. More than likely for Crier Pharmaceuticals, but he might have it for
What's up? Can I help you with something?
Anything for me?
It's your first time here, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, I work for Crier Pharmaceuticals. We don't really run this place, but we have an understanding with the people who do. You know, your rep could use a little fixing, for a small fee.
All right. Give me the details.
You know, Tito, my brother in Alabama was telling me that they actually got snow down there, and it was more than just a trace. Like, everybody was in a panic. Because even a trace of snow that far south, they typically shut the state down. Better rep with gateway shipping. Don't care.
No way. Sorry.
Good journey, Mr. Trent. What's up? Need anything in particular?
Hey, what you got?
First visit, eh?
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, well, I work for Synth Foods. We don't really run this place, but we have an understanding with the people who do. Can I see your card? Everything seems to be in order. Well, just between us, I have heard a rumor.
All right, give me the details.
Okay, here's what's going on.
Ugh. Nothing like getting Snapchat friend requests via your phone number. Nothing says phishing scam like people using phone numbers on Snapchat. I hear people say that you were on Freeport when it blew up. He means Freeport 7. Did you hear the latest numbers? 2,600 people dead. Listen, you better keep your head down. I heard from a good friend of mine in the LSF that all survivors are under surveillance. Something's going on. Just watch your back.
Interesting. Thanks.
All right then. Good luck.
Yeah, I love the voice acting in Freelancer. It's both, like, really good quality and hilarious because they've cut it up so that they can have people saying whatever they want them to. It's a soundboard. They used the soundboard method so that they could apply all these different corporation names and system names across all these characters in a mix and match jigsaw puzzle way. And so, yeah, it's you get the very clear periods between things when there shouldn't be periods, and tone changes. I love it. Great. They really did get, like, quality voice talent for this. You know, Jennifer Hale plays Junko, and I can't for the life of me remember who plays our boy Trent here, but I know he's done lots of stuff. If anybody feels like hitting up IMDb and figuring that out for me, I won't tell you not to. Geez, we just about have enough money for a Star Tracker light fighter. It's another civilian vessel. It's basically the upgrade of the Star Flyer, but can actually do a little bit more. Buy a Rhino right now, but do I really plan on doing a lot of training? Now let's make a run up to Colorado once. Execute the initial game plan.
Freelancer Alpha 1-1. This is Planet Manhattan. Docking ring cleared. Good luck out there.
Let's see, don't want to go to West Point. That's down toward road territory. Detroit Munitions is the Ajira Technologies place. We can stop out at Detroit once just to get the base statistics. Every time you land on the base, you get the economic information for it, which helps when you're running any sort of goods. This is when you have a good highlighted, it shows you only the pricing information for the bases that you know. And there's two ways to get that. You can either land on the base, or you can get information off of someone. Usually you have to pay for it. You bribe people for info, essentially. And sometimes they will give you information about, like, hidden bases off the map, but other times they'll just give you information for mundane stuff that's on normal trade routes. Ajira Technologies Base, Detroit Munitions. Don't ask why Detroit's in New York any more than why Pittsburgh
Pattern
is.
full. You will be cleared to proceed when it's free. proceed when it's free.
I think the house space, I think they all pretty much have like,
Universal
oh boy, having some issues dying.
You are now cleared to dock. This is Detroit to Starfire Patrol.
Break docking pattern. Oh boy.
Transmission received.
Sometimes the docking does not go so well. To re-enter manual flight and try to realign. Of course, this guy has butted in queue in front of me.
Roger that. Stand by. Pattern is full. You will be cleared to
Screw
proceed
you.
when it's free.
Universal shipping dirt.
Incoming heavy transport convoy. This is Detroit. You have entered our
But yeah,
radar
the
range.
house space
Your
typically consists of like 5 systems, I think. Or at least, yeah, is it 5? Then there's the border world systems. Let's get the map here. Universe map. Yeah, New York, Colorado, Texas, California. So that's 4 systems in Liberty space. Then you have the border worlds systems that I don't currently have mapped out. And those are not really disputed territory. They're just, well, they're on the borders. They still tend to belong to one house or the other. Just that, you know, territorial skirmishes and whatnot, and governmental reach is usually not as good. You know how things are with centralized government. How's your pricing, boys? And as we can see, Detroit Munitions Facility deals exclusively in guns. Interestingly, the Battleship Missouri pays good money for. But we're only looking at 41 credits of profit per unit. So, I mean, I guess... Well, no, I'm not heading that way. I'm heading up to Colorado. Fort Bush. Well, I could take him to the Junkers on Rochester. That is on the way. Sure, why not? We'll do a little illegal gun running. Semi-legal gun running.
Trent, this is Junie. I'm back from assignment and have a job for you. Meet me on Manhattan. I'll fill you in on the details when you get here.
Xenos! Shut up, Judy. I'm trying to do a thing. Apparently, those guns were more valuable than my standard credit worth, and when I purchased them, I made the requirement for unlocking the next storyline. The problem with Xenos is they fly really light fighters, so they are fast, and my guns are slow. Fortunately, I am next to a house base. They are at least providing me assistance. So these guys can't gang up on me. This one Xeno, not generally a threat. 4 Xenos could be a problem. Just fly in a straight line. That is immensely helpful. And they dropped some food rations, but I purchased a full cargo hold of guns, so there's nothing I can do.
Dock.
I don't believe I've watched any of The Expanse. I have not been a big TV guy since the advent of the internet. And like I even dropped my Netflix subscription when I lost my previous job. Food rations in space might get freezer burned quickly, but yeah, they'll probably be fine.
Dock denied. Destination is too far.
Alright, you can only dock with things within like 9 clicks, I think. Or Xenos. Bold enough to follow me from Detroit. Don't you know Manhattan is the capital of the New York system? Guys have got balls. So the AI in Freelancer does what the AI in a lot of space games does. They make jousting passes at you. You know, they'll fly away from you far enough that you can't shoot them, and then turn around and just come straight at you, and then repeat the process. Which is something that I think has been happening since Wing Commander 1. I mean, it's space, Tito. It's always about trades and wars and colonies and space drugs.
Go to.
Oh, that gets me to thinking about what has to be one of my favorite books, if not my favorite singular book. John Stakely's Armor. A lot of similarities to Starship Troopers, but not quite. It's John Stakely is the guy that wrote Vampires as well. That later became that movie with what's his face, whose name I would remember if I wasn't trying to remember. Oh gosh, shows up on Family Guy sometimes. Well, anyway, the Vampires, the movie. If you know the movie, that's based off a book that was also written by John Stakely. It's one of the only Armor and Vampires are the only two books that John ever wrote. He was working on Armor 2 when he passed, but he was working on it in the same way that what's his face, Game of Thrones guy, is working on his next book, and it's, you know, taking him 20 years. Oh, it's like Vampires and Vampires Los Muertos, I think. Yeah, was J.R.R. Martin, is that his name? He's still alive. R.R. Martin, whatever, it's J.R.R. Tolkien. R.R. Martin, George R.R. Martin, I don't know. That Game of Thrones guy. What is it with authors and having too many R's in their initials? Anyway, I was here to sell some guns. Let's see. I think Journey wants to meet me back on Manhattan. Everybody going away? Is that what? Did I miss something? Everybody need to take a simultaneous pee break?
Freelancer Open 1-1. This is Rochester. You are cleared for launch. Good luck out there.
He's getting shot at when I try to leave Rochester. Holy cow, that is a ton of rogues. Oh boy. Come on, cruise. Woo. Had to use some shield batteries on that one.
Incoming missile.
Wow, they are still coming after me. Give it up, guys. Ouch. Yes, area secure. Congratulations, you ran me off. Good job. I just sold the junkers a bunch of guns. They're probably gonna sell to you. What's the thanks I get? Shooting missiles at me. Hey, where's Punch at anyway? I was talking to him this morning and was griping at him that he gave me his insomnia yesterday. He was supposed to be getting punished by having to watch my stream. I don't see him in here. Ah. Oh, I suppose I'll let him off the hook for the sake of being sociable. Oh, Samura Heavy Industries transport full of polymers. Half tempted to hit it just because I don't like Samura.
This is Trenton to Liberty Freighter Convoy. Please submit your designation.
And frankly, Interceptor, in my experience, most married people hate each other. So, you know.
Don't move. Just listen.
Where have
Stay
you...
still. I had to kill a man to escape today. What's one more? Why are you still here? Don't you see what's going on? Freeport 7? Zone 21?
Yeah, the Order.
No! It's not just them, it's Liberty. The artifacts. They're after something.
Look, let's just talk about this.
No more talking. I know what I'm doing now. I have a plan. I wanted to warn you. I felt I owed it to you. Don't try and follow me, Trent. Get out of Liberty while you still can.
What the...
Nice to see you again. How are things?
Interesting. I'm looking for Junko Zane. Have you seen her lately?
Yeah. She asked me to tell you to meet her on the terraforming station on California Minor.
Anything else?
No, that was all. Drink, Mr. Trent?
No, thanks. I better get going.
Besides, I know all you serve is that piss water Liberty Ale. This is just tutorializing me on my nav map, which I don't know how the heck you'd survive without already knowing how to use your stinking nav map at this point. My roommate would say that I have a low opinion of marriage because my parents are divorced, but pretty sure I had a low opinion of marriage even before my parents were divorced. It seems like a silly and archaic institution. But then at the same time, the way that dating has gotten these days is kind of out of hand. And it's, like, nobody is willing to commit to anything at this point. Everybody's ready to chuck things aside as soon as something quote unquote better comes along. And the traditional notions of marriage, we're obviously keeping that at bay. And I appreciate not wanting to kick things to the curb at either one, the first sign of trouble, two, as soon as a shinier thing happens by. But marriage also, like, people can get stuck spending 3/4 of their life in a relationship that makes them just utterly miserable. As with all things, it's about balance, like, oh, times are hard. Do I try to stick through it or do I get out? It's a matter of, how long are times hard? Who's responsible for things being bad? And you gotta know the difference between cutting and running early and a truly lost cause. And I mean, you can't trust the masses to know that difference. It's like one person is intelligent, but a crowd is stupid. And the problem is that dealing with concepts like this, everyone is a crowd. Oh, and I'm sure my roommate, who is trying to sleep right now, has probably managed to hear that through the haze of sleep and is just like grinding his teeth because he wants to jump in on the conversation and call me stupid and throw some social science facts at me about how wrong I am. Or maybe he would probably go, oh no, you're actually right, except that you're wrong because of this, but you are right, but I agree with you, but here's some a rebuttal, but I do agree with you. That's my own personal marriage hell. Incidentally, if you're interested, my roommate is an artist, and I have stuck his link on the page here if you want to go look at his stuff.
Trent, I'm sorry I couldn't meet you as planned. I'm on assignment in California.
Doc.
I can't tell you specifics right now. Let's just say Ashcroft provided us with the information we hoped for. Meet me on California Minor as soon as you can.
I'll think about it.
I need you on this one, Trent. I'll be waiting for you.
Oh, I don't know if I should actually pursue this mainline quest until I've got a ship upgrade.
Incoming Liberty Heavy Fighter Patrol. This is West Point Academy. You are now in range. Identify
Doc.
yourself.
I'm not even going to bother landing on West Point because they're
Mission received. Navy Omega
in the
13.
economic sinkhole. They never have anything worth trading or being traded to. Apologies for my little marriage diatribe, by the way. I'm sure you have a lovely, wonderful, and caring marriage that will last for many, many happy years.
Initiating trade
Doc.
lane sequence.
Dock in use. Entering queue.
This is Universal Gold 14.
Yeah, man. Get into the gate. Move your butt. There we go. If I was really in a hurry, I could try joining formation with that convoy that was going through, hoping that they dragged me through with them. Sometimes getting into a large formation can be problematic, though. Like, your formation gets too wide and you
Mr.
end
Trent,
up bumping
we need
on
to
the
talk.
outsides.
I was with you on Freeport 7. We met on the rescue ship. Something's going on. I'm being followed. Other survivors from Freeport have disappeared. Please meet me on Los Angeles. Damn it.
Brandon Rowlett, you are under arrest. Cut your engines and stand down. All units, fire missiles.
Hey, I'm freaking sitting here.
Civilian ship, this was a classified Navy operation. Do yourself a favor and keep this quiet.
Scanning. Cargo.
Okay, Nathan Dunham. Frickin' Navy hit squad.
Dock.
Buckle up, boys. We're headed to the New York system.
And if somebody was really coming after Trent, he's clearly not hard to find, because everybody that was involved in the Freeport 7 incident has managed to find him so far.
Last deal nearly killed me.
Not exactly laying low. Rogues. Attacking planet Mojave. Planet Mojave is a barren planet. Why even bother?
visual on the enemy. Target is prime and I'm ready.
Trade lane tech here. Use our thruster to get as close to the lane as possible before initiating docking sequence, thereby cutting down the amount of time that it takes to dock with the trade lane. Los Angeles. That guy wanted to meet on LA. Unko, however, wants to meet on the terraforming station in California Minor. But you know what? We're gonna land on LA anyway. See what they have to offer. I dock with mooring fixtures yet? I cannot. That must have just been a mod thing. Very unfortunate.
Acknowledged. Your request to land is granted. Proceed to land.
It's a bustling starport. Helium, boron, construction machinery. Gold! Well, it actually does sell better at Baltimore Shipyard. Consumer good, optical chips. Also good, Baltimore. One pharmaceuticals here. Scrap sells the best here. Silver sells the best. Good to know. Lava blades, justices. Mark 3, damage is just so weak. And the standard fare, pretty much. I could upgrade to a star tracker with trade-in value. 1800 armor, 30 cargo space. I mean, it is just flat out better. Yeah, let's just do it. No, and it even comes with a better shield. This is the ship purchase screen. You're allowed to adjust the equipment and sell any stuff that you don't want from your previous ship to the dealer along with your old ship. So I'm gonna sell off my old shield.
Ship purchase.
Buy the new ship. Alright, so the gun mounts are both class 3 now. No, I guess I've got 2 class 3 mounts and 1 class 4. It says I've got enough money. Build them with anything different. Got options for the future.
Alpha 1-1. This is Planet Los Angeles. Docking ring cleared. Good luck out there.
Alright, let's get heading towards Cali Minor. Go see Junko. Dirty bounty hunters. Really, I know which end of the trade lane to aim for. based on the lights. Green means go, red means stop. Just more time-saving tricks. Help you line up your docking pattern. Shave off some seconds here and there. Oh, and the rogues are once again attacking Mojave. Oh, now they're attacking me. Look, guys, I'm busy right now. I can't play. You have fun with that universal convoy. How are we with universal ships? They like this. Of course they do. Okay. Now you guys are just messing with me specifically.
I've got a visual on the enemy. Target is prime and I'm ready. I have enemy target.
That was a terrible missile attempt. I am embarrassed for it.
Target in range. Locking in on enemy. I have enemy target in my sights.
See, that's how you shoot a missile. Only fighting these guys because they had the nerve to disrupt the trade lane, specifically to attack me. This is probably damaging my rep with the junkers right now. But I'm annoyed. And I'm petty and vengeful, so, you know. Looks like I got some backup. A small fighter, probably a corporate escort. Oh, no, it is a bounty hunter.
This is Bounty Hunters, Black 18. I'm en route from the Magellan system.
Oh, thanks for the help, bud. I might kill you later. Stupid bounty hunters.
Doc.
Trent, I have you on my scanners. Glad you're here. You're just in time.
Yeah, I was slightly delayed. By murder.
Just land and I'll tell you everything you need to know. I'll wait for you in the bar. Junie out.
Doc.
Understood. Stand by. Pattern is full. You will be cleared to proceed when it's free.
Hey, don't fall asleep on me. Out here you'll get a
So this is a Planetform base. Planetform are a terraforming company. California Miner is a work in progress. Or are they working on Planet Mojave? One or the other. Might have to look at the info page. Also trying to think, is Planetform a Liberty Corporation or are they a Bretonian corporation? Let's see. California Miner. a small icy planet with an unusually active volcanic system. Previously considered unsuitable for conventional terraforming, Planetform Incorporated has designed a new process to channel the planet's enormous subterranean stores of geothermal energy. Despite harsh conditions, the potential jobs has attracted coarse manual laborers to its few hospitable areas. I'm not sure what the bumpiness of the surface of the laborers has to do with anything, but okay. Let's find Planetform here. Yep, Planetform Incorporated specializes in the terraforming of non-viable planets in Bretonia and elsewhere. Okay, so yeah, Planetform is a Bretonian corporation, but they've got contracts outside of Bretonian space.
You know, if you wanted to see me, you could have picked a quieter place.
I'm trying to keep a low profile.
Well, this is low, I'll give you that.
The reason I called you here, Trent, apart from your glittering social commentary, is to have you do a job. Ashcroft finally talked. Are you interested?
Yeah, our artifact smuggler has cracked. Escort a convoy from the Magellan Gate. Magellan is a border system. Search station. Transports are carrying alien artifacts to be used by LSF scientists on Willard. LSF Intel has classified this mission as high risk. Attacks on the convoy are considered very likely. 3,000 credit reward. I want more money, but haggling is not an option.
Well, I flew all the way out here, didn't I?
Ashcroft's interrogation has given us a whole new perspective on the inner workings of the artifact smuggling ring. Apparently, there's someone working on the inside in Liberty. We don't know who yet. We think in the Navy, maybe even an officer. My CO has ordered a priority operation to expose this traitor. And since I need a complete outsider for this, I thought of you.
Nice. So when do I leave?
When do we leave? We're working together on this one.
Says it has now seriously crippled the Order by bringing down their top man. Again, the LSF reports that the actual leader of the Order, previously known only by his codename Aurelian, was shot and killed while trying to escape from Liberty into Rhineland space. In addition, Liberty officials have also just released his real name,
Sam Lonigan.
How did you know that?
I met him on Freeport 7. He was a tradesman, or at least I thought he was.
He must have been doing recon before the attack.
It wasn't before, it was during. He almost died. Doesn't make sense. He wasn't smart enough to be a terrorist, let alone lead them. He was trying to tell me something.
Sam Lonigan, also known as Aurelian, leader of the terrorist group The Order, was apprehended today at the Liberty border.
Well, whoever he was, he's dead now. Come on, Trent.
We
got another scumbag to ferret out.
Well, crap. I liked that guy. He owed me money, but he also went out of his way to, try to tell me to watch my butt. Planetform guy's got a bribe.
Good day, sir. Anything to drink? May I get you something from the bar?
I'm not really looking for a drink. Have anything else?
New here, stranger?
Yeah.
Well, you've come to the right guy. I hear everything around here. Name?
Trent's the name.
Looks like your rep could use a little attention. Interested?
All right, I'm listening.
I feel like walking up to a dude and being like, I'm looking for something else is maybe not the best way to go about this.